Well, people will be hopping from party to party, imbibing on all the festivities the season has to offer, and your highway patrol will be out in full force, ensuring drivers are following the law. We'd like to welcome criminal defense lawyer Stephan Futeral of Futeral Nelson, who is here with advice and cautionary tales to avoid on the roads. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So this time of year, it is the time of year when we have the most deaths due to alcohol on the road.
Unfortunately, what we see from various different studies that are conducted, that about 40% of fatalities and accidents on our highways are alcohol related.
Wow.
And National Highway Traffic Safety Administration does various different studies. And even outside of the holidays, certain times of the evening, and particularly on the weekends, early morning, their statistics show 7 out of 10 drivers are over the legal limit. Mm-hmm. Those numbers go up dramatically during the holidays.
Celebratory time of year, but it's also a very deadly time of year. But you would think that warning after warning, year after year, people would learn, because, whether you're putting someone else's life in danger or your own, or just getting in trouble, you would think that's enough to watch what you drink.
You would, but many of my clients are just regular people, all different walks of life. They don't set out determined to break the law or drink as many drinks as they can and drive. Oftentimes it's, I'll limit my drinks. Let me go out and have a celebratory dinner, say, couple glasses of wine, and not realize how easy it is to go over the legal limit.
That's very key. So a lot of people don't realize, it's not that they're pounding drink after drink, you don't realize how easy it is to cross that boundary.
Absolutely. On average, say take a 120-pound female, and it depends on other physiology, but if a 120-pound female, it only takes about 3 drinks, 3 glasses of wine to be over the legal limit.
And what is the legal limit?
0.08. Blood alcohol level in South Carolina.
And so that's about 3 drinks
for females at about 120 pounds.
Okay.
And for a 190-pound male, that's about 4 beers.
4 beers.
Yeah.
And people think of beer as being something that's just benign. It's hard soda, for lack of a better term, but really it does pack enough alcohol that it makes a difference.
Absolutely. And you are a statistic when you're out driving during the holidays, during certain times of the evening, and particularly on the weekend. So if you have a minor traffic infraction, get pulled over, say, for not using your turn signal, and they smell alcohol on you, then they're going to start investigating whether you're under the influence.
Now, you do have the option whether to take a breathalyzer test or not, and if you choose not to, what's the next step? So you get pulled over, they say, I think you've been drinking, take this test, you say no, then what happens?
Well, that's a whole different animal than the criminal process. That's an administrative process, and the law is that if you refuse to take the test, your license is going to be suspended for a period of time, but with the help of legal counsel, you can challenge that and perhaps maintain your license. So a lot of different consequences for DUI. It depends on whether you choose to take the test or not, how much your blood alcohol level might be, and various different other factors.
Is it possible to be above the level but not impaired?
Actually, it is. It is possible. And I've had cases before where the blood alcohol level reading is high, yet the client demonstrated that there was no physical or mental impairment while they were operating a motor vehicle. In other words, I've tried that case in front of a jury, and the jury found the client not guilty, notwithstanding their blood alcohol levels.
And this is just simply someone got pulled over, it was suspected that they were drinking, and then that snowballed.
It went from there.
Okay, so they didn't hit anything or anyone, it was just...
they just
happened to be the luck of the draw.
In that case, they were speeding.
They were speeding.
That was it. They were just a few miles over the speed limit, got pulled over. Officer said that she detected the odor of alcohol, and it escalated from there.
Okay. Now, in addition to just being caught drinking while driving, if you're over the limit, you're over the limit. The law is the law. If you do have legal counsel, those circumstances can change, but what you also need to keep in mind is not only having your license suspended, it goes on your record, your insurance goes up, What else? How else is your life turned upside down?
So part of the process would be, if you're convicted, you'd have to go through the South Carolina Alcohol and Drug Action Safety Program. That's a $500 entrance fee, and depending on the services that they provide, it can be up to $2,500.
Wow.
You talk about carrying SR-22 insurance for 3 years if you're convicted. That starts at a little over $1,000, and that assumes that you have a clean driving record to begin with.
Wow.
So the costs end up being, you know, if you all in, even before you hire an attorney, if you're convicted, it averages on average about $10,000 or more.
So Stephen, what you're telling me right now is it's not worth it.
It is absolutely not worth it.
It's
And
not
listen,
worth it.
I've done this for 30 years. I'd be happy to help people in other ways.
Sure.
And one of the biggest things that I want folks to know is, don't make the decision as to whether you're going to get an Uber or drive home after you're out somewhere celebrating. Make that decision before you go.
While you're sober.
While you're
Stephen,
sober.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're so welcome.
We're back after this.